G'day, wonderful listeners. This is episode 67 of Trev's Talk, and I'm your host, Trev. Last week, I left off trying to make disbelievers in God be not totally opposed to God, but be open to learning about Him. After all, if there is truly a God, as I believe, having been given irrefutable signs that He is real, then surely it is wise to live life in a way that pleases Him. I know from experience that it is pretty near impossible to get some people to even discuss God, so I will change subject. The Moorditj Scholarship Fund project is very close to full establishment. I have a meeting coming up next week with the Catholic Church's financial manager, Ward. Auxiliary Bishop Don has passed my offer of co-founding the Scholarship Fund onto Ward for his inspection of my business plan and projections for the near future. From that, I believe Bishop Don is happy with the offer, just checking the financial side of the project. I feel confident that Ward, the financial manager, will accept my financial projections as being true and acceptable, which will then lead to him giving his okay for funds to be allocated to the Scholarship Fund project. Ward will be encouraged to bind the Catholic Church to the project when he sees the referrals and financial commitment from Anglican Archbishop Kay and the Vinnies. My meeting with Ward is scheduled before a meeting with the Salvos, so that, if I am successful in securing commitment from the Catholics through Ward, I will be able to show the Salvos that the three other organisations offered co-founder positions have all come on board and are committed for the long term. That should make it easier to convince the Salvos to join the other three organisations and become a co-founder. The current plan for meeting with the Salvos is in the hands of the head Salvo's wife, Chelsea. She is arranging a meeting to include her husband, Darryl, herself, and an Aboriginal lady named Mary, who is involved in the Salvos organisation. The meeting is to be held in early May, and the three Salvo representatives are, if Chelsea arranges it, coming to my office for the meeting. When Chelsea said to me that she might be able to arrange the meeting at my office, I was stoked. Having the meeting at my office saves me from one of those terrible trips by public transport into the city, which, even though the meeting lasts only half an hour, the travel by public transport back and forth makes me lose half a day altogether. On another subject, I would like to mention some of my journal entries, recorded over many years, that show how I've been guided into building a scholarship fund for Aboriginal students. The first hints or clues I was given started way back in 2010 and continue until now. The first entry states, 23rd of February 2010. I'm seemingly getting the goosebumps more frequently of late, so I'm going to record what is happening. A few weeks ago, I got them quite strongly at the word school or schools, so I was open to anything about them that came up. I then thought of visiting the Aboriginal school in Middle Swan. I arranged a meeting with the principal and very quickly came up with the footy boot prize scheme as an incentive for good attendance and behaviour. I got help from Vinnies to implement this scheme. In my second meeting with the principal, I asked him if he would be okay to be available for consultation with other schools regarding the scheme. At my asking, I received the GBs, goosebumps, very strongly, making me think he could be of importance in the future. About 10 days ago, I got the GBs when hearing on Noongar radio people talking about Aboriginal skills in language and listening, and I got more GBs during the talk, which made me take notice. I feel that is what the GBs are for, to make me take notice. End of journal entry. So that journal entry shows I was made to take notice of anything about schools by being given GBs, my word for goosebumps, weeks before ever thinking about visiting the school. Actually, the GBs led me to learning that there was an Aboriginal school. Without the GBs, I never would have discovered the school because it is tucked away behind the velodrome on a street that is not even on a public bus run. Many people in my area would not know that school even exists. Another journal entry 2 months later, on the 11th of April 2010, Sunday, got ecstasies or pleasure, again in the early hours just before getting up about 5:15 a.m. Absolutely beautiful, and it comes from God. It makes me love God more and more. It is unfathomable that it should be happening to me. I am guessing that it could be a reward for starting the process of raising Our Lady's profile and setting up the not-for-profit charity to be called Medjugorje Centre, and for striving for the advancement of education for Aboriginal children, as well as starting the fundraising and talking about the plan. I feel I'm on the right track. End of journal entry. So that journal entry talks about getting ecstasies, which I've explained in previous podcast episodes, that they seem to be rewards for when I take action on something I've been given GBs over. So, starting the process of setting up the Medjugorje Centre for Our Lady earned me some ecstasies. Another journal entry, 25th of April 2010, Sunday. Reading in the Sunday Times about a lady starting a not-for-profit organisation, I got the GBs, mainly on the words not-for-profit organisation. It confirms for me that I'm definitely doing Our Lady's wishes in starting up a charity for her. End of journal entry. That entry pretty well explains itself, so here is another interesting entry of about 2 months later. 7th of June 2010, Monday. I have been drifting in and out of sleep for a while, and I have remembered little snatches of dreams I have been having. All of them have been about everyday things. They are different to my special dreams. I can tell the difference between the two. I wonder sometimes at who does what in my experiences. Who gives me GBs? Who gives me dreams? Who gives me ecstasies? I feel sure the ecstasies come from God, but what about the other things? I am starting to think the GBs could be from Our Lady, and even the things that happen to me to make me wake up and write down my dreams seem to point to her. I guess the dreams themselves come from God. My day 1 and the day 6 experiences at Medjugorje definitely were from God. With thinking of those things that seems to be coming from her, it has changed the way I think about her. She used to be a sort of mother figure, sort of mysterious too, but now I think of her as a more like an older, wiser sister type of thing. She is more lifelike and natural, even sometimes playful and affectionate. I love having her picture in the room and enjoy looking at it from time to time while thinking of her. Last Friday, I went to see the accountant to start investigating how to set up a not-for-profit charity. Such a charity can be set up by my family, and they can run it for Our Lady. Also, I have been thinking about God's promise that I never have to worry about my children. I think I will see them baptised someday, and what a celebration that will be. I owe Our Lady everything. End of journal entry. My children not being baptised was the main reason why I went to Medjugorje, hoping that Our Lady, who was appearing there, would find a way for my children to still have access to heaven when they died. My memories of primary school were unbaptised people that died went to a place called Limbo, and it was a lesser place than heaven. Its occupants did not get to live with God. Anyway, moving on to another journal entry, 18th of August 2010, Wednesday. Awoke at 2:50 a.m. by having my name called again like before. It was insistent and urgent, making me sit up quickly and awaken strongly, but still not waking Alva, who is a light sleeper. Maybe this is to show me that I can be woken without waking Alva. Awoke again at 5:10 a.m, having just dreamed of a parent holding hands with me and having a lean, fit youth doing talented, graceful ballet leaps over our extended linked arms. I feel this is a clue to use the Medjugorje Centre to do scholarships for talented youth and working with the parents as well. End of journal entry. Now that journal entry dream made it really clear to me that Our Lady wanted me to somehow arrange scholarships for Aboriginal kids at the school she had guided me to, the Aboriginal school in Middle Swan. One more journal entry of the 22nd of September 2010, Wednesday. On my morning walk, I was thinking about Brett, how he has overcome so much hardship in his life, and the word resilient came to mind, and I got GBs. I then thought, me too, and I got more GBs. Later, I was watching TV, and a 12-year-old boy singer came on, and I thought how God-given talents can be given to young children who may need help to develop them, because their parents cannot afford coaching, etc. I thought maybe the Medjugorje Centre could help, and I got GBs. This reminded me that I've had the dream about the young talented youth doing graceful ballet leaps over the extended, clasped arms of the youth's parent and myself. I got GBs then too. End of journal entry. By now, wonderful listeners, you should have seen how, even from my first days at the Aboriginal school, Our Lady or the Holy Spirit guided me with ecstasies, dreams and GBs towards arranging a scholarship fund to help the Aboriginal students at that school. The problem was I could not see a way that I could just start such a fund up. It would need money to start up, and money year in and year out for the running and continuation of it. Then fast forward to January 2025, when an anonymous donor couple gave me a large donation I mentioned in episode 9. That donor couple said to me they wanted me to use the money in ways I thought best. Immediately, my mind jumped to thinking of starting up a scholarship fund, and that is where I will leave you for this episode, wonderful listeners. But you should be able to see that dreams, GBs and ecstasies have guided me to set up the Moorditj Scholarship Fund project. That's it for this week. Catch you again next week. This is Trev, tuning out.